What is up, YouTube? This is DEFCON 3 Security coming at you from somewhere here on Spaceship Earth. Alright, so today's video is basically, what are we going to title this? Maybe Look in the Mirror or Routines? I don't know. So basically the video is about my daily routine. Do I adhere to this routine every day? No. Do I suggest you take little bits and pieces of this and apply it to your daily life? Yes, for sure. You know, I was watching Denzel Washington. He was giving a speech to college graduates. And one of the things he says he does first thing in the morning is that he puts his shoes, before he goes to bed at night, under his bed. He puts his shoes under his bed so that he is forced to get on his knees every single morning. Basically, what the brother is saying is that he is humbling himself because he has survived the night. We are not guaranteed another day. You know, in the security guard industry, you are certainly not guaranteed another day. You may fool yourself or be under the impression that you are, but you're not. Okay, so my routine. Yes, I humble myself every morning. I love mornings. I'm a morning person. And part of that has to do with the fact that I'm just happy to wake up. I really am. I'm not just saying this to sound all cool and cliche, but I really do love mornings. It's there's just something that I feel humbled about every morning when I wake up. There is a how would I put this? Psychologists did a study, and it said that, or it was determined that the first 10 minutes of your day determine the rest of your day. Right? So the first 10 minutes of your day determine the rest of the day. What they're essentially saying is that when you wake up in the morning, if you had a bad dream that night, the rest of your day is going to be a little funky. If you had a really cool dream that night, when you stepped out of bed, the rest of your day might be pretty good. So the first 10 minutes of your day determine the rest of your day. I used to do this exercise where before my feet touched the ground, I would have a good thought in my head. I should start doing that again. I really, it doesn't take more than 30 seconds, but when I'm laying in bed, I'm like, okay, let me think of something awesome. Let me think of a good thought today. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to this one coffee place and get a cup of coffee. And it's my favorite coffee. And I would get out of bed and it would kind of put me in a good mood, and that would steer the rest of my day. If I had a bad dream or something, I would literally close my eyes and try to correct that dream. I'm like, okay, so in this dream, I was being chased by bad guys. Let me close my eyes, and now that I'm doing some lucid dreaming, right, I can control my dream. I close my eyes, and I'm like, let me go back into that state and turn into the Matrix and be invincible and fight these guys back. That way I'm not starting my day off with a bad dream, but rather I took the bull by the horns and turned this dream around. And, you know, it's little things like that. You always have to hope for the best and aim for the best, but most importantly, you have to start off with a positive attitude. So every morning I get up, I try to think positive. I'm generally happy in the morning. That's an easy thing for me. Some people just hate mornings, and I get it. It's a little bit of a struggle to be positive, but I say just work at it. So I get up. First thing I do is I have a lot of patterns, right? Let the dog outside, open the chicken coop, feed the cats. In the meantime, I have my coffee brewing. By the time I do all those little things like feed the dog, the cats, you name it, my coffee will be done. Then I sit at the table, I check the news and drink my coffee. That lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I start getting geared up. I always start off by putting socks on, then pants, then shoes, then vest, than utility belt. I do this so that I don't mess anything up. If you tend to have a pattern, you don't forget things. Sometimes I will mix that pattern up. I'm like, oh, today I'm going to put my shoes on last. And I end up messing something up. There was a time where I actually forgot to put on my gun belt. I was so used to putting on my gun belt in a certain sequence that when I messed up that sequence, I looked in a mirror and I go, oh crap, I forgot my gun belt. Could you imagine if I left the house without my sidearm? Right? So after I get suited up, I I look in a mirror. I look in a mirror for a few reasons. Number one, I want to make sure that everything is on me. Okay, got my vest, mags are good, got my pepper spray, got my firearm. But I also look at myself, and I really do this. I take a moment and I think about what will be accomplished today. All right, so this job site's going to pay me $400 today. With that $400, I'm going to pay my cell phone bill. I'm going to pay my auto insurance. And that leaves me with another $100. What am I going to do with that $100? I'll just put it in the bank, put it to the side, right? So I look in a mirror and I look forward to the day. I try to not make it something as menial as, oh, you're going to go to work today. And that's it. I say to myself, I'm going to go to work, and when I go to work, I will be able to accomplish these goals by working today. Or let's say I'm trying to save for a new laptop. I'll say, okay, well, cool. Today, I'm not just going to work, but I'm literally 1/10 of the way to getting my my laptop. Or by going to work today, I will be 20% into buying that laptop that I want. Tomorrow, I'll be 40% into buying that laptop I want. So I don't look at it as just work. I look at it as you will accomplish a small goal by going to work today. And it tends to make it not feel so much like work, but rather heading in that right direction. Now, after I go through that little ritual, then I, leave the house. I get in my vehicle. I'm going to spend about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 40 minutes, sometimes longer driving. I work in San Francisco right now, so it's a bit of a drive. It's worth it because I make more money in San Francisco. I work with a crew that I'm happy with, and it is what it is. I do wish it was closer with the same crew, but it's not, so you make these sacrifices. Then as I'm driving, I get stuck in traffic all the time. But you know what? I don't mind it because I have a routine. I listen to YouTube videos. I listen to podcasts. Lately, I've been learning about vending machines, right? I see a lot of vending machines around me, and I'm like, how much do these machines cost? Okay, they cost like $1,000. How much is this person making a month on these vending machines? Because I see these guys, they come by, they put chips in it and soda, and then they collect coins and dollars that they made throughout the month. And I'm like, man, that would be kind of a cool business to start. I definitely have more than $1,000 left over after all my bills every month. What if I bought one vending machine per month? In 1 year, I'll have 12 of these guys. And if each one of these is generating $150 a month, well, you do the math, right? That could be a nice little side income. So that's my thing lately. I've been watching YouTube videos on how to start a vending machine business. Now I'm doing this as I'm driving to work. So I am totally immersed because this is an idea that I'm excited about. Will I do it? Probably not. The cons outweigh the pros in this business venture that I'm thinking about. So, but hey, it makes my daily travels a lot easier, and it's I'm not wasting time. I'm utilizing this time to learn something. Now, if I never follow through with this business plan, I will know a whole hell of a lot about the vending machine business. That's for sure. I'll also know whether or not this is something I want to get into, right? So then I get to work, and I'm not feeling all worked up that I was caught in traffic because I just watched videos on something. Excuse me, hiccups. When I get to work, generally I meet with my constituents here. We have about an hour of downtime before the business that we are watching actually opens. And in that 1 hour, we just kind of sit there. We laugh, we joke, you know, we catch up, we get on our phones, you name it. Uh, that hour is pretty relaxing. It's slow enough so that you don't just get thrown into work and you're like, okay, you know, if I was working at an office setting, I would just go straight to my cubicle and start crunching numbers. Here, it's a little different. It's a little bit more relaxed. Um, then, you know, you just go through your standard day. As the day goes, I do have a lot of downtime to think, and I sit there and I'll think about vending machines. Now, this is just for this week. I don't think about vending machines all year round, but basically you know, this is the topic of the week. Next week I'll be thinking about another business venture or a vacation or you name it, right? Um so sorry. Somebody's trying to pull in front of me and I'm like wondering, should I back up to give them enough space to do so? Um yeah, here this is I'm at work right now, but haven't started yet. This is part of the distraction. So there you go, guys. I try to improvise my time wisely, if that makes sense. Um, it's just really important to get yourself in that right mindset. Today is a small goal that has been accomplished. Baby steps count, right? It's not always about the money. It's about how you feel at the end of the day. I can tell you whenever I leave this site at the end of the day, I feel accomplished for a few reasons. One, I know my worth and I know that it has been met. I'm getting paid well here. I value my time. That is why I let my mind wander sometimes and get things accomplished while I'm at work. I was watching a movie. I forget what it was called. I forget. But anyways, in the movie, somebody says something like, how can God do so many things at once? And a guy said, well, think about it. When I'm at the mirror shaving, not only am I engaged in the act of shaving, but I am also aware of time. I know that I have to be done within 10 minutes or I'll be late for work. So I'm shaving, I'm aware of time, but at the same time, my mind is wandering and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do this day. So I have three things going on all at once, right? So improvision, right? Improvision of time. Is that what I'm looking for, the word? So yeah, I value my time at work, and that's why I don't waste it just, you know, listen. I know a lot of guys will have like, they'll sneak a ear pod in, just listen to music all day, which is good. But if you're just listening to music all day, you're just kind of one track. I like to sit here at work and have like, let my mind wander and travel and plan. And that way I'm not wasting time. I'm valuing my time. So I'm getting paid to sort of coordinate things in my life. And last, as always, above all, when I'm out here, I'm always do my best to be safe.